Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell Podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Marty Malcolm, the head football coach at Standish Sterling. Marty, how are you?
Good, doing really well. Getting excited. First day of practice here, so didn't sleep much last night. Had a lot of thinking going on in my head, but I think if you don't, when you lose that part of it, you might want to look at getting out of coaching. But talked to a couple of my other coaches, and they were like, "I didn't sleep either. I've been wide awake. I'm ready to rock and roll." So
Like everyone, of course, today is a big day as all
yes,
as all football teams here in the state of Michigan are starting. I should also mention all fall sports are starting today as well, including the newest one of the newest MHSA sports. Field hockey is now an MHSA sanctioned sport, along with boys volleyball. That will be in the spring. That boys volleyball in the spring, girls field hockey in the fall. So two new sports. How about that?
yes,
Um,
yeah.
so that should be fun to watch. But let's talk about you guys. How was your summer? How were things going with you guys?
Oh, we're really bouncing back, and things like that. I think I talked a little bit. We lost 16 guys, a bunch of starters. I got one starter back on offense, a couple starters back on defense, and so we're looking at rebuilding. And our summer was all focused on commitment, rebuilding, and getting people into the positions that we feel they need to be in, and to get ready to take the long run in this Jack Pine Conference and on this schedule that we have.
Yeah, for sure. Um, well, I'll talk about the schedule in a minute, but
Yep.
I also, coming into this, what's the outlook for Standish Sterling heading into 2025?
Well, the outlook is one game at a time,
Oh yeah, of course.
But I think realistically, we are in a little bit of a rebuild year. We're a little bit young. I like young. I like young, and I like ambitious, and I like commitment, and that's where we've been so far this summer. Getting some of the younger guys to become leaders. That's a big thing, and getting them to like the 11th graders, getting them to like the 10th graders, and things like that. And the freshmen even, and coming together in these practices that we're able to have now before we actually start the practice, and going to the 7-on-7s, and, getting those people in the right positions, and having leaders step up and say, "Hey, listen, you got to get here. You got to cover me. You got to take care of this guy. You got to run this route this way." It's that's where we're at as far as like just fundamental football. My style of football. It's power football. I'm not no running, and I'm not no gun and gun. Hey, we're going to be here. We're going to run power football. And we're going to come at you, and do the things that we do best. So.
Yeah. So let's talk about some of the returners, some of the names to watch this year for you guys.
Yeah. Number one, Riley Blanchard. Riley Blanchard was our running back last year. He's coming back. He'll be playing linebacker and running back for us this year. We're really looking forward to him. We have his backup from last year coming back too, Seth Yoakum. He will be doing some wonderful things in the backfield as well. We have Joel Beller right now, who's back, who will be playing defense, and probably he's vying for a quarterback position. We're not quite set on who we're going to run there yet. We do have a Malachi Sanger, who's looking at the quarterback. He was our backup last year, but with Brody Sullivan, we didn't have much need for a backup, thank goodness. But we've got to get them the reps and try to figure that out. Noah Gradup is another kid to be on the lookout for. This kid had a stellar year last year on defense, and will be doing extremely well. Now the younger guys, Carter Fagan is one of the that stands out to me. We're bringing up a sophomore, Jay Roper, who is looking really well at the linebacker position. We've got some other guys that will be filling in. We've got to build an offensive line. We're close to that right now, and that was one of the beautiful things about the summer is we had some guys step up and say, "Hey, I'm willing to change my number, coach," and that's big. That's big in high school football to say, "Hey, I'm willing to give this number up to be in the trenches," and that's huge for people to do that.
Yeah, for sure. Defensively, where are you guys at?
Defensively, we've got a new defensive coordinator, Gage Nelson. He's from Alma, and he played at Alma, or he's from Standish Sterling, but he went to Alma College. Our other defensive coordinator had stepped down, just the family issues and family kids and stuff, getting into stuff. And Gage has brought us some new tempo, some new blood, and I also was able to have my returning from my last few years before Coach Cardinal, Coach Warden back. He decided to come back, and he was with us. He was the defensive coordinator when we made the run in 2021 and stuff like that. So really good group of coaches there. And I preach, and I'm an old offensive lineman, so I preach this every single day, that defense wins championships, and that's hard for me to say sometimes, but it really and truly is. And I think our defense is going to be lights out, and I think it's going to be one of the priorities. We'll score. I mean, that's what I tell everybody. We'll score. Maybe only 7 points, but if that defense can hold us to zero, hey, we come out a winner. And I'll take any number on that scoreboard, 7-0, 3-0. I don't care, as long as we're on the lead.
Absolutely. Special teams, where are we at there?
Special teams, to be very honest with you, I think that, it's a third of the game, and we put it in day one. We'll be doing special teams today. We do believe in that wholeheartedly. We lost, we were coming back in Reed City last year, and we had a fumble on a special team play, that may have, well, it did. It turned the ball over, probably cost us some tempo and some other things. It's a huge portion of the game, and we will start day one. And, we put the 11 best players out there, and I don't care if you're a starter. I don't care if we're going to put the 11 people out there that are going to make a tackle, catch a ball, make a decision. I see so many high school places like, oh, that's where we're going to put so-and-so, and that's where we're going to put so-and-so, and all of a sudden the ball gets kicked to them, and they fumble it, or they don't know how to react to it and stuff like that. So I'm a big special teams guy too, and really and truly put a lot of emphasis on that. We'll definitely have some backs back there that can run the ball, and be able to take part of that. So
absolutely. So
the other guy that I never talked about was
sure.
Oh God, dang it. Halinka. No, it's all right. It's just is Colin Halinka. He's a returning guy that he's had some issues with a knee this year during baseball and stuff like that, and he's going to be coming back and playing on our defense and things like that until we can get him really set where he's set with that. I'm ready to play and things like that. But he's going to be somebody to watch for, probably even on the special teams as well. So.
Absolutely. All right. Now we've talked about all the kids. Now let's talk about the upcoming schedule for you guys. And it starts off with on Thursday at home against Chesning, of course, the champions of the MAC conference for the last couple of years.
Yep.
September 5th, week 2 at Millington. September 12th, home against Shepherd in week 3. Week 4, September 19th, home against Midland Bullock Creek. Week 5, September 26th at Gladwin. October 3rd at Clare in week number 6. Week 7, October 10th, home against Ogama Heights. October 17th, home against the whatever the crossover with the other division in the Jack Pine Conference is. The division with Gladwin, I can't think of the name right now, but October 24th at Reed City will be the final game in the division. So pretty good schedule right now. Should be an interesting year in the Jack Pine Conference. Of course, last year was for you guys made your return to the Jack Pine Conference. Well, how's it going to be? But the Division 1 teams, I should also say, my correction from earlier, the Division 1 teams, so that's you guys, Gladwin, Clare, Ogama Heights, Shepherd, and Bullock Creek will be hosting the Jack Pine Division 2 teams. So
right.
that will be a meeting. So why don't you talk about the schedule for a sec?
Well, My schedule's tough. You look at it, and we start with Chesaning, like you said, conference champs the last couple of years, and then go into Millington, who were state champs last year, and things like that. Shepherd's, they're rebuilding, and they've got some young guys coming. Bullet Creek, don't count them out. They're always there for it. I will say this, and I think I said this to you last year, Case, and I'll say it again.
Yeah.
I think that this is the best conference in the state of Michigan. I don't know as if there's any other conference that um, is stable, number one, and as competitive as this conference will be. With all of us now being Division 5, in that upper division, we're definitely all in it to win it. And every week is a playoff week. And honest to goodness, this year, every single week for me is got to be looked at as a must-win playoff week. If we can come out of those first four looking pretty good, get into that gauntlet of a schedule where you have Gladwin, Clare, Ogama, they're going to be tough, we can't count out the Bullet Creek, we can't count out the Shepherd, and stuff like that. But we really and truly, I think, have a very difficult schedule this year, but we're up for the challenge.
Absolutely. So practice later today. By the time you're watching this, whenever you're watching this, there will be practice on the field. The Standish will be out there. So what are the next 2 weeks going to look like for your team?
Well, the next 2 weeks, obviously, we've got some things already installed, ready to rock and roll. We'll be installing some of our jet motion, jet sweeps, things like that. We're going to doing a little bit more with our option that we usually run, and we will be really and truly, redefining and looking at that power offense that we run. I think we got to find a quarterback. That's a big thing. We got to find a quarterback, and somebody that's willing to step up that can run it, and then get the seconds ready and get the thirds ready, and get as many people in there as we can ready to really and truly take on this long next 9 weeks. So.
Yeah. It's only 9 weeks. It'll go by fast, but long.
I can't believe it's already football season. Like we just got done with track, and I'm like, oh, I got summer, boom, 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 and of course, summer. I'm just about as busy as I am when I'm coaching with them, because you have summer workouts and you have now all the practices and everything. And my wife and I, we just went to Florida and we returned, and I'm like, oh, I got a couple days, and that was Thursday, and it's already Monday. And it's like, hey, we start today. So excited about it. I'm excited to see how this team matures, and will they be competitive, and will they be aggressive? Those are the things that we need to definitely take a look at, is how aggressive will we be? And how can we take it to the next level? And how can we, again, make it to the playoffs? How can we get there? We're Division 5 now. And like I said to you earlier, Division 5 really and truly doesn't mean nothing to me until week 9. And then we can start to see where we're going to be. Hopefully we'll be somewhere. Hopefully our record shows that we deserve to be in that, run for the playoffs. So.
Absolutely. All right, Marty. I'll let you go and get ready for practice, because I know it's a big day around here in the state.
You know what it is, and you see Claire and all these guys really and truly hammering it out, and have already started at midnight and all these other things, and I think that's great, and I think that's awesome, and I guarantee you there's schools already over the state of Michigan who are just, who are ready to rock and roll, and probably ready to put the pads on already, so.
Yeah, everyone's ready to put the pads on. Everyone.
Yep.
That's a known fact.
Yeah,
right, Mark, thank you so much for the time, as always, and best of luck to you guys this season.
Thank you, Casey. Appreciate it.